Welcome to another epic debate here on the channel. And in today's video, I have put two artificial intelligences face to face to debate some of the most controversial topics of today. The two experts in their field, capitalism versus socialism. On one side, we have the capitalist AI defending individual freedom, innovation, and competition as drivers of progress. On the other side, we have the socialist AI, which prioritizes social equality, economic justice, and universal access to basic rights. And for you to understand a little more about how this debate will be divided into three parts. Block 1 will be the initial considerations, where each AI will have up to 1 minute and 30 seconds to present the main arguments on the topic. In Block 2, which is the question and answer segment, I have prepared 4 relevant questions about the topic, and each AI will have up to 1 minute to respond, followed by a rebuttal and a counter-rebuttal of up to 1 minute each, thus allowing for an in-depth analysis of the discussed points. The last block is Block 3, the closing statement segment, where each AI will have up to 1 minute to summarize the main arguments, and thus conclude the debate.
Capitalism is the economic system that drives freedom, innovation, and prosperity. By allowing private ownership and free competition, it creates an environment where everyone has the opportunity to pursue their own interests, and this is precisely what leads to progress. Take companies like Apple or Google, founded by individuals who believed in the power of the free market. In capitalism, meritocracy is the engine that drives social mobility. If you have an innovative idea, the market will reward you, regardless of your background. Capitalism ensures resources are allocated where they are most efficient, enabling economic growth, job creation, and improved living standards. It's a system that values individuality, competition, and rewarding effort. By encouraging the pursuit of profits, capitalism generates an abundance of products and services that benefit everyone, including the poorest. Through increased productivity and innovation, it offers a path for continuous improvement and prosperity for all.
Socialism is the system that aims for social justice, economic equality, and the elimination of wealth disparities. It acknowledges that while capitalism has brought technological advancements, it has also led to the concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, exploiting the most vulnerable. Socialism advocates for a more equitable distribution of wealth, ensuring everyone has access to the same rights and opportunities. In a socialist society, the means of production are collective, meaning that the production of goods and services is no longer controlled by an elite class driven by profit but by society as a whole, benefiting everyone equally. Countries like Cuba and the Nordic nations show that it's possible to achieve a high level of social well-being, with universal access to healthcare, education, and housing without extreme inequality. Socialism seeks to balance individual freedom with collective well-being, where everyone's basic needs are met in a fair and sustainable way. It prioritizes a society where everyone can thrive without leaving anyone behind.
Question number 1, wealth distribution. Capitalism says that those who work hard have a chance to grow, but we see inequality only increasing. How does capitalism justify this inequality? While socialism advocates for a fairer distribution of wealth,
in capitalism, inequality reflects freedom of choice. The system rewards those who dedicate themselves and invest their time and effort. Take Bill Gates, who started with a simple idea and became one of the richest people in the world, or Jeff Bezos, who built Amazon from a small online bookstore, creating millions of jobs. Capitalism offers anyone with a good idea and the willingness to take risks the chance to succeed. It generates jobs, wealth, and lifts people out of poverty. Yes, inequality exists, but that's the foundation of meritocracy. Capitalism provides a system where anyone who wants to grow can succeed. The inequality we see stems from a lack of access, not a lack of opportunity. The system creates conditions for those who are willing to fight and improve their lives.
Capitalism sells the illusion that hard work leads to success. The reality is that the game is rigged. While a small elite accumulates obscene wealth, most people struggle to make ends meet. Socialism rejects this imbalance, insisting that wealth must be shared so everyone can live with dignity. Look at socialist examples like Cuba, which, despite facing economic blockades, provides quality health care and education for all. Socialism redistributes wealth so no one is left behind. It doesn't matter where you come from or how much money you have, the goal is for everyone to thrive.
Problem with socialism is that it undermines what drives the world forward: freedom of choice. In capitalism, people can chase their dreams and improve their lives. Socialism, on the other hand, offers the same outcome for everyone, suppressing talent and innovation. Progress stems from risk and investment, and those who take the risks reap the rewards. Without these incentives, progress stagnates. In socialist countries, like the Soviet Union, the lack of competition and reliance on the state didn't foster growth. Capitalism generates jobs, wealth, and progress. Instead of enforcing equality, it creates opportunities for everyone to seize if they work hard enough.
Properties in the means of production of capitalism that have the power to invest. There is ownership of factories, land, and companies. In socialism, the idea is collective ownership. How does this impact productivity and innovation?
Collective ownership means that resources and factories belong to the people. Under socialism, those who work in factories, farm the land, or teach in schools have a say in what's produced. This fosters engagement, dedication, and productivity. Imagine owning what you produce. It would revolutionize your motivation. Socialism drives innovation for the collective good, not to fatten the bank accounts of a few. Take Cuba, for example. Despite economic blockades, it boasts one of the best healthcare systems in the world, accessible to all. In socialism, the government prioritizes everyone's needs, redistributing wealth fairly. In capitalism, innovation is often stifled by greed, not driven by public need.
The idea that collective ownership boosts productivity and innovation is a myth. When the government owns factories and businesses, there's no incentive to improve, innovate, or be efficient. Capitalism, with its private ownership, fosters competition, driving companies to create better, cheaper, and more accessible products. Competition fuels progress. Think of tech giants like Google, Apple, and Microsoft. They succeeded because visionary leaders took risks and invested their money. In capitalism, private ownership motivates new ideas and businesses. Without the profit incentive, socialism stifles innovation and economic growth.
Capitalism's claim that competition creates prosperity for all is misleading. It builds a system where wealth flows to the few, leaving most with scraps. Socialism doesn't prioritize ownership, but rather the well-being of everyone. When people control what they produce, they're more invested because the success benefits all, not just an elite. In socialist systems, investments aim to provide equal access to resources, creating true prosperity. Innovation isn't used for profit, but to enhance everyone's quality of life. This ensures a society where people, not corporate profits, come first.
Now, question number 3 is about freedom of choice. In capitalism, people have the freedom to choose where to invest, where to spend, and where to work. In socialism, the focus is on equality and social justice. And how do these two systems balance freedom with justice?
Capitalism is about giving people the freedom to shape their own lives. If you want to start a business, you're free to do so. If you want to improve your life, you can invest in the market. This freedom creates a dynamic environment where people compete to offer the best, driving progress, innovation, and wealth. You can choose where to live, work, and shop based on your efforts and merits. In capitalist countries like the US, many individuals rise from humble beginnings to achieve great success. Oprah Winfrey is a prime example. Capitalism creates the conditions for this growth. While the government provides infrastructure, it's personal effort and choice that lead to success.
True freedom isn't about choosing what to buy. It's about ensuring everyone can live with dignity. Capitalism's so-called freedom of choice only exists for the wealthy. Socialism ensures that everyone has access to quality housing, healthcare, and education without having to choose between them. Here, freedom is universal, not reserved for a wealthy minority. Socialism does what capitalism cannot. It guarantees a decent life for all. When basic needs are met, true freedom emerges. People no longer live in constant anxiety but enjoy a quality of life capitalism fails to deliver.
Socialism limits freedom by making everyone dependent on the state, stifling individual potential. Capitalism, however, allows people to make their own choices and pursue their own destinies. Hard work and ambition determine success, free from government interference. Capitalism drives freedom by enabling talent and ideas to flourish. While socialism aims for equality, it often does so at the expense of personal growth and opportunity. In capitalism, everyone has the chance to succeed if they seize the opportunities available.
The last and fourth question is about access to essential services. In capitalism, access to essential services such as health, education, and housing, they depend on the ability to pay. In socialism, the state guarantees these rights to everyone, regardless of social class. And how does this economic model ensure universal access to these fundamental services?
In socialism, healthcare, education, and housing are universal rights, not commodities. The state ensures everyone has access to these high-quality services regardless of income. No one is left behind because the wealth of a nation belongs to its people, not a privileged few. Countries with socialist systems prioritize public well-being. No one pays exorbitant fees for healthcare or education. Socialism creates a society where everyone has equal opportunities, ensuring no one is excluded based on their ability to pay.
Socialism overlooks the inefficiency of government-run services. When the state controls healthcare and education, the system becomes slow, bureaucratic, and overburdened. Capitalism, on the other hand, thrives on competition, leading to better, more affordable services. Private healthcare and education, for example, are of higher quality because companies compete to attract clients. In capitalism, those who work hard can access the best services. Public systems still exist for those in need, and they benefit from the resources generated by a dynamic economy. Capitalism ensures choice and continuous improvement, even in essential services.
Under capitalism, only the wealthy access the best services, leaving the rest with inadequate options. Socialism solves this by ensuring universal access to high-quality healthcare, education, and housing. These are fundamental rights, not privileges for the rich. Socialism prioritizes public well-being, eliminating the profit motive from essential services. This creates a fairer society where no one is left behind, and everyone enjoys equal access to the necessities of life. True equality and justice are only possible in a system where profits don't dictate access to basic human rights. In
conclusion, capitalism offers the freedom for individuals to shape their own destinies. It provides opportunities for anyone willing to work hard, take risks, and innovate. While inequality exists, it is a byproduct of a system that prioritizes merit and effort. Capitalism fosters competition, which drives innovation, creates wealth, and improves standards of living. Private ownership and a free market are the engines of progress. They motivate people to succeed, benefiting society as a whole. Capitalism, despite its flaws, remains the most efficient and just economic system for those seeking to achieve their goals and elevate their quality of life. Where there is freedom, there is opportunity for all.
Socialism, on the other hand, champions fairness and dignity for all. It ensures that no one is left behind by guaranteeing access to fundamental rights like healthcare, education, and housing. The wealth of a society should be shared among its people, not concentrated in the hands of a privileged few. True freedom comes from living without fear of losing the essentials. Socialism provides a balanced and humane approach to creating a society where everyone has equal opportunities. It prioritizes well-being over profits and fosters collective prosperity. While capitalism may promise wealth, socialism delivers justice and equality, ensuring a brighter future for all.